Hello, fifth grade, and welcome to our word bond tutorial. This is the tutorial that we are going to be using for the rest of the year. So just because you see these words today does not mean that they are the words that are on your list for this week. All right, just one more time, remember this is a word bond tutorial. Okay. I adapted this idea from the number bond strategy. So a lot of times in math, we see a number, for example, the number, let's say 10. And I could break down this 10 into two parts. I could break it down into a 5 and a 5. Okay? So this idea is very similar because it has the same format and we are breaking down a word into parts, but it does just look a little bit different because it's with words, okay? So let's start by taking a look at the word flown. Flown, okay? So here's my starting word. And I need to break this down into at least two pieces. All right, to start, I am going to look at the first two letters. You can break up your word however you want. This is just how I see it, okay? So I need to bring down this FL to one part of my word. Since I broke up my FL over there, the rest of my word has to go to the other side. All right, now that I am here, I am going to go ahead and create a new word that starts, oops, let's erase that. I am going to create a word that starts with this FL. Oops, here we go. All right, so a word that I know starts with FL is the word flower. Flower. And there's my FL word. Now I need to think of a word that ends with OWN. OWN. I'm thinking of the word crown, maybe? And there we go. There is one of my word bonds. Here's something important to remember about this. I have to use all of the letters in my starting word over here. For example, I could not take the word flown and break it up into FL and WN because this poor little O is left out in the cold by itself. Okay, so I have to break up my word in a way that makes sure that all of the letters are being used. If you wanted to break it up differently, that would be totally fine. You could break it up into FLO and WN. But you just have to make sure that all of the letters are accounted for. All right, so this is how you could break up your word into two parts. You could also break up your word into three parts. For example, here is the word delightful. Delightful. All right, so this is a bigger word, okay? So naturally I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be so much harder, okay? But it doesn't have to be. I can make this problem fairly simple, okay? So what I'm going to do is start breaking it up into sections. The first section that I want to use is this DEL. Then I also see this FUL at the end, and I'm thinking, oh, there's a lot of words that end like that. I can do that. And then I see this IGHT. All right, here we go. DEL. What's a word that starts with DEL? Delta is the word that I thought of. It still has that DEL in the beginning. All right. All right, now I have to think of a word that has the IGHT in it. I thought immediately of the word bright. Bright. It still has that IGHT. And lastly, I need to find a word that ends with the FUL. And I thought of the word soulful. Soulful. All right, it still ends with that FUL. All right, so this is just a quick look at how word bonds work and how you will be using them for your spelling activity today. Yeah, if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out and I will answer them as fast as I can. Best of luck today, guys.